Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Nail Podcast. As you've noticed, I've made edits across all of the platforms. Right now, I am no more the MC Nail Podcast. It is the Nail Podcast. A longer explanation is going to come later, but for now, if you're looking for me anywhere else, just type the Nail Podcast and you're going to get me. I'm back, I started season 4 having conversations with different personalities. I've had DJ Mike Smith, I've had a Sylphie, I've had Ogrania, and I'm back with another one, a big artist. You guys might know him for different reasons, but I know him for his artistry, I know him for his skating, I know him for his philanthropy. So I have none other here than KIRANI
Ayat.
Ayat. Did I get your name right?
Yeah,
I did. What's up, bro? How you doing? And your friend. Sorry, let me introduce your guy.
Ekpe ranking.
Yeah? What be the inspiration behind the name?
Ekpe.
Ekpe?
A stone.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I rank among those stones.
That'd
Number
be hard. I'm glad to have you both here, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you guys for joining me.
I'm so glad, not for myself, but for Ekpe. I go places with town, but you never did talk.
Okay, so we got to hear first. The Nail Podcast got
Exclusive
Ekpe ranking to talk.
Finally to talk.
Yep.
Yeah. But how you guys doing? How you feeling?
Man, great. Aside I won't complain about the heat, but then I feel like, it better for the rain, because the rain be too much for me. And how I cried if it rain, they get so muddy and that be long. So Charlie,
everybody they make slow. If you rain.
So I'm not even complaining. But the other thing will be beyond my control, like the economy and things.
You still feel wrong. You didn't pay tax too, so you forfeit to run as well.
All the other things that's out of my control be long. But aside that, Charlie, gratitude is a must.
For sure.
Still.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to start the conversation from the beginning. When did you decide to be an artist? Or what was like that thought process that finally led you to saying that I want to do this?
For me, you see how pastors they talk, say God called them. I swear to God, music called me. Bro, listen. I swear music called me.
Serious?
I'm not even joking, because for most people the story is, I came from a music family, or I started in primary. I started music about 2 years after high school. So I have mates from high school who listen or watch my videos today, and they're like, till date, some would call me like, so you they do music? Like, how come? Bro, nothing in high school, nothing in junior high school, nothing.
None of that, like writing raps and those.
Nothing. Growing up, I just wanted to play football.
Oh, hard. So you're a good footballer.
I mean, I'm decent.
Nah. You can hold your own down.
I'm decent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Like, music call you. Like, how? Then you sleep where you dream. Like, you see, like the pastor analogy he use. Maybe he go talk, say he dey sleep, wait for him dream inside. God come tell him, say, okay, this is what you for doing things. So you say, like, the music notes draw, like the treble clef and the bass clef and synth draw. Or what was it like?
So for me, I'll say it called me in a very like realistic way, because this is who they talk.
Be very superficial.
So I was hanging out with friends for Newtown, and then I go my friend in there, where he take me going your friend in there, and then he had a setup there. He used to make music, right? Okay. I was like, I can rap.
When you couldn't rap?
Bro, nothing. I was a huge music fan. At that time, I'm still a Lil Wayne stan, but at that time, heavy on Lil Wayne. I was like, I did rap. I was like, you go feel rap? I was like, yeah. They was like, okay, then can't rap it. So it'd be some desktop with some headphone and things. I just sat there, just gave them recycled Lil Wayne bars they had no idea about, and these guys lost their shit. Like, hey, you did rap, oh.
You joked your way through it,
bro. Lil Wayne in bars, because now they listen religiously, so I know in songs where they don't know. I just give, and they were so excited. They're like, hey, Charlie, you did rap. You don't record your song before? I was like, nah. Like, hey, for record.
No, but that'd be hard. I'm not gonna lie. To keep up the act, bro, and be like, nah, I don't record some people. Like, say be something you didn't do.
Bro, they were so impressed, right? And then fast forward, like they were just so impressed, and they were like, but how come you don't get any song, anything
that's
like that?
way through.
And I was like, oh no, I mean, I just, I've not had the opportunity to record yet, but I've been writing. They're like, yeah, you need to come back and record. I was like, cool. So I went home that day thinking maybe I gave myself like a week to see if they would catch me and be like, say, Charlie, you know, be low in the song where you crying for here. But a week passed, 2 weeks passed, nothing. And I was like, okay, be like, say they no catch me. So they invited me back, but I never go. Yeah, because I
think they should have got the cue from there. That's no.
You wow.
The guy know maybe that means thing.
But I never go. But then after a while, I was like, Charlie, maybe like I feel do this thing, right? I can actually write my own songs, and then it would actually make sense. So
around what year was this?
This was like late 2013, early 2014.
Okay.
Yeah. So in 2014, I met this producer called Sir AB, and then we started going to his studio at Abova. So I went there and I started making music, like my own lyrics and all of that. And then to be honest, now it be corny, bro. Like my initial raps were
honest about his music and said my beginning was corny.
One of my first songs, and also at that time my name was Banga.
Oh wow.
Bro, it sounds like a cool name. I don't even know. Listen.
You know when I was telling the network that I wanna have Aya's on, and like we're talking about like a couple other artists who we could also have on, and they're like, these people in their random names in the beginning. Like that was the conversation, because some artist who is right now by a different name was known as Fingers sometime back.
I think I know Fingers.
So you being called Billy Banga right now would be hilarious, but
Billy Banga.
Oh wow.
I don't even know how I came up with that name, bro.
Your actual name is Billy or something?
No! It was Billy Banga. That was my rap name for about a year.
Serious.
Bro. And one of my first raps was a song titled I Am Billy Banga.
Is it out anywhere?
Bro,
is it like some song
I've found everywhere I put something remove on everywhere. I don't want any trace of it, bro. It was trash, to be honest. It was corny, like it was cheesy. It was SS rap. It was like, you get what I'm saying?
But it's only fair. Honestly, around that time, around 2014-ish, that was the kind of thing.
You get what I mean? So, but I'm very embarrassed about it, so I made sure I scrapped it off the internet. But I was Billy Banga for about a year, and I was meeting people. But at that time, I was like I didn't have an identity. That's why I was fucking going by Billy Banga. And I was super influenced by hip hop and like Western music and all of that. So it was like slangs, and you get what I mean? Trying to be American, you know. Because that was the time where it was cool to say I don't listen to Ghanaian music because we were dumb. Yeah. You know, I mean, I don't listen to Ghanaian music. You get what I mean? We're actually saying that thing to feel like, yeah, we are cool. We don't listen to, but we were dumb. So about like around 2014 ending, I met Mike Mills, the producer, through a friend of mine called Mao. And then Mike Mills was doing this tape where he takes old hit life and high life music and he blends them with like trap elements, and then he puts it out, and then he called it trap life. You know, so he just replaced the high life and hit life with trap life.
Yeah.
And I was so inspired by that, so we made a tape out of he usually do like a beat tape and put it out. So we recorded, it was 6 songs, and we recorded all of the 6 songs. And then we released it, and then that was like the last project I did under Billy Banga, right? But that project caught the attention of a lot of other people who around that time were coming up on like the SoundCloud era, right? So that was like K-So, that was like Kuvi, you know, all these producers who are like known names right now. So they were impressed by that. And then through that tape, I got to meet Seduji. And Seduji introduced me to K-So.
Bro, Seduji has been in this thing from time.
Bro. My generation, everybody somewhere somehow is connected to Seduji. If you go through it.
Even right now, like a couple people, like you talk to them that are getting their name right now, you find like elements of Seduji in their journey.
So Seduji reached out to me on SoundCloud like, yo, I love the Trap Live project you guys did. You should meet this other kid, K-So. He's a producer. And at that time, North was starting to learn producing from K-So. Alright? So I went there, I went to Sakumono, I met this guy. Then actually the first song I recorded with them was actually a beat produced by North. And at that time he was even like a fan. Oh, the Banga, that guy. So he was coming there so that he'll be like, yo, I feel you, blah blah blah. And I was supposed to work with K-So at that time, but not even enough. But one of the first songs I did that day was a beat of produced, and then he was like so excited. Hey, Charlie, you know that type of thing.
Billy Banga on my song.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So started going there so that was like late 2014, early 2015. We were making music, because K-So was trying to find himself as a producer. I was trying to find myself as an artist. I was slowly feeling like this Billy Banga and Charlie, because the last project we did, because it was the Trap Life, it influenced me to rap a lot more in like my native language, you know. So I started feeling more comfortable in that, and my the topics I make music about too. It was more personal, more like real to me and my environments, and you know, like that. So making music for about 6 months with K-So and stuff, I was like, yo, I don't want to go by Billy Banga anymore. So K-So was like, okay, like we name you won't use. I was like, maybe, I don't know, but I feel like Ayat. And I was like, but that's your real name. I didn't even say, he was like, but why don't you go by your real name, Ayat? And I was like, okay, but you know, Ayat is also it's a very common Arabic word. So,
what does it mean?
Life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it means life, but in some dialects it means proof or miracle. Yeah. So, he was like, just go by Ayat. And I was like, yeah. So I just slept on it. I was like, okay, no, yeah, well, I'll just go with Ayat. So after I changed that name, around that time too, they just opened Ground Up. That was like mid 2015-ish. They just opened Ground Up and they were looking for like people to come there. So they reached out, and then K-So was like, yo, this new studio in Tema wants me to be working with them, you should come. So went to Ground Up, me and K-So were in that studio, just changed my name to Ayat. The very first song we recorded in that studio, I rapped in Hausa, like the whole song was like 80% in Hausa. We put that song on SoundCloud and it just went crazy.
What was the title?
I Don't Know You.
I Don't Know You.
Yeah.
That was the first song you guys did?
That was the first song we did in that studio. That was the very first song with that Ground Up Charlie tag on.
No, that's serious, because that was the first song I heard from K-So as well. So, wow. Okay.
Just changing my name, not even changing my name, going by my actual name
instead of Billy Banga.
And also making music in my actual native tongue. And then first song we put out there.
Going crazy.
Bro, it just...
No, but even I Don't Know You still bangs right now.
Still.
Like, honestly, the SoundCloud gems, they still go hard like
still, right now. Bro. And I feel like the SoundCloud artists, they better pass the audio mark artists. I said what I said. You out. I didn't see that comment. I didn't approve that message. But it's delivered facts.
But Ayat and
yeah, facts.
Yeah, his views.
You know that. But for real, like, just think about it. Myself, Kwesi, Lamem. Are you serious?
It's like it's a good show.
Like the sound, we were the last of the SoundCloud
artists.
Yeah, bro. Forget about it. Like
all of us, you guys are doing your own thing right now.
Exactly.
Like you're holding your own.
So it was just that, you know, switching to my actual, you know, native tongue, going by my own name, and then it just taken off, and then that put me on this, you know, journey I'm on right now in this direction that maybe like this is what you're supposed to do. You get what I mean? That's why I say music chose me, because to be honest, I wasn't trying to be a musician. I didn't even know.
What actually did you want to be? Like, I mean, growing up?
For real.
Like,
I wanted to play football, yeah. That didn't call me Ronaldinho.
Oh no, that's a lie. I'm leaving this show. I'm leaving this show. Ronald, what?
Bro, ask this guy.
Bro, tell me that. Please tell me that.
Actually, I end that career.
Yeah, good. I'm happy you did. Ronaldinho. Oh no. You just said you're a decent footballer. Ronaldinho is exceptional.
And that was the person I was aspiring to be. You know that it talks. So for me, I don't want it to be Ronaldinho. But yeah, like that was what I wanted to do growing up. I didn't see myself. I didn't even know I could make music again. Like yeah, that's why I keep telling people that music about me chose me. You got that. It wasn't something I was actively pursuing to do.
Yeah. So I met you like a year, like 2017. Not like meet, but like I got introduced to your music like 2017.
Yeah.
And then 2018, you do Gouda.
Yeah.
And the first time I heard Gouda was at Serralio in Osu. Like,
We're
we're just chilling.
Go crazy.
We're just chilling, yeah, because Sorelli was like the breakout spots for like us. Is like, yeah, once you do your music as Sorelli, yeah, actually, you're getting there, yeah. So I got introduced there, and I'm like, rah, this guy. Then the video comes out. Then I'm like, rah, this guy's like hard. Because the song was so hard, and the reaction, like, everybody at Sorelli was jumping, and I can bet on my life that we didn't even understand what the song meant. But it's vibes. Number so good, yes. Bro, we're literally just jumping. Like, literally, you could have said anything and we're going with it. But anyway, rah, this is beautiful. Then the video comes out and it makes it even better.
Yeah.
What was the idea behind Guda?
Guda.